This is our video about the hot subject of Tesla's possible stock buyback plan. We all know what happened. Elon sold a lot of his Tesla shares last year to raise money for Twitter. As owners, we're waiting to see if the board will buy back Elon's shares. A stock buyback would almost certainly lead to a big rise in the price of Tesla stock, so now would be the best time to make money from the company. Join us as we talk about how investors and experts are looking forward to hearing whether the company will move forward with this idea. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe before we start. How much, if any, do you think that Tesla buying back its own stock would help the stock go up in value above what it is now? Tesla stock has been going up and down a lot lately, and a stock repurchase could be very good for the company, even though it just released what many people think are poor Q4 numbers. Investors are becoming more interested in the idea of Tesla buying back its own shares, especially since Musk hinted at it during the company's third quarter earnings call. During that earnings call, investors and experts put a lot of pressure on Tesla executives, including CEO Elon Musk, to do something about the stock's volatility. Musk said that the company could still do a buyback worth $5 to $10 billion, even if 2023 turns out to be a tough year for Tesla. The buyback idea has been talked over a lot at the board level, and most of the board thinks that it makes sense. However, we want to make sure we follow the right steps to do the buyback right, Musk said. Musk, Tesla's CEO, said that a big buyback is possible, but it needs to be approved by the board first. In the past few months, a lot of experts have been talking about how a stock buyback might be good for the company. Musk has also said that it's important to look at the big picture, even though the market tries to focus on the short term. Investors may benefit from knowing the date of a stock return for more than one reason. You can time the market, which is the first reason. Stock buybacks can show how a company sees the current state of the market. If a business says it will buy back its own stock, it could mean that they think the price of their stock is too low and are optimistic about the future. If, on the other hand, a company stops or cuts back on buybacks, it could mean they think their stock is too expensive and the market might be in a bubble. This is one reason why Tesla's stock went down when Elon started selling his own shares in the middle of 2022. The effect on the stock price is another reason. Buybacks can have a good or bad effect on the stock price of a company. When a business buys back a lot of its own shares, it can lower the number of shares on the market. This can raise earnings per share, which could make the price of the stock go up. This is good news for Tesla, because the company had strong earnings per share in Q4. Tesla beat expectations in both earnings and sales after the earnings report came out after the market closed. In after-hours trading, shares went up more than 5% after Musk said that the company could make 2 million cars this year. Refinitiv says the results showed adjusted earnings of $1.19 per share, which was higher than the $1.13 per share that was predicted. Also, income for Q4 was $24.32 billion, which was higher than the $24.16 billion that was expected. In the same quarter last year, Tesla made $17.72 billion in sales and $0.85 per share in adjusted earnings after taking into account the August 2022 stock split. In Q4, the company made $21.3 billion from cars, which is a huge 33% increase year over year. Of this amount, $467 million came from regulatory credits, which is almost half of what it was during the same time last year. So Tesla is already making good money, and a buyback would make that even better. Knowing when and how a stock buyback will affect Tesla stock will give us useful information about the company's finances and future prospects, which will help us make investment choices. Dave Lee, a YouTuber who supports Tesla, has said that a stock buyback is possible. Lee thinks that Tesla could make 10 million cars a year and still make a profit of $15,000. This would put the company in a position to compete with big automakers. Due to the global chip shortage, which shut down many of their plants for months, traditional automakers like General Motors and Ford had very different experiences last year. On the other hand, Tesla had high sales every quarter, almost doubling the number of cars sold from the previous year, even though the industry as a whole was in trouble. Tesla's ability to get important parts has effects that go beyond the number of cars it sells each year. It means that Tesla and other new electric vehicle EV companies might be a bigger threat to big automakers like Volkswagen and GM than was thought before. Dave Lee thinks that Tesla could be worth $4.5 trillion if it made a yearly operating profit of $150 billion and investors gave it a 30x multiple. Leo Kogwan, who owns the third most shares in Tesla, has been pushing for a stock buyback for months. By late November 2022, 5,300 people had signed a plea for a buyback, which meant that the action should happen by the end of the year. That being said, Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter and several Tesla recalls made 2018 a tough year for the company. Kogwan said in a tweet that November was a great month for a buyback, pointing out that prices usually go up when supply goes down during a buyback. Alexandra Mears is one of many investors who thinks that a buyback would return value to shareholders and give investors more faith in Tesla's future. Since Tesla's stock price dropped by 50% in 2022, analyst Dan Ives says that Musk and Tesla could be put under fire by activist investors in 2023. Since Tesla's market value dropped by $560 billion, critics are probably unhappy and may try to get the company to buy back its shares, make more money, or take other strategic steps. Tesla might be under a lot of pressure from many directions, but a stock buyback is definitely possible soon. For people who believe in Tesla, this would be a huge boost to their long-term faith in the company. Please hit the like button, follow, and check out our other videos if you like this one. We'll see you in the next show.